Mm. Oh.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
The house. Whoa. It's kind of giving me like Resident Evil 7 vibe now, for some reason. Oh, this looks really nice.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Nice
I
one,
hadn't
Sam.
been back since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Oh.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back. No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
It's an animal. Ellie, shoot her with a bow and arrow. Got away, Ellie. Gosh darn it.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house,
Yeah,
I
I can
never
do that.
thought I'd come back to it.
I think. Wait, let me go into OBS. Okay. Turn it up a little bit. Hopefully that'll help. I'll turn myself down a little bit too. There we go. Let's get back into it.
But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it. As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
You're just a child still. So I guess I'll just go to the front door. Oh, it's perfect, huh? That's good. Oh, this is so nice, though. Let's go.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't.
Oh. Ooh.
Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Oh, so I'm doing this. Ooh. I see. I see. That's game mechanics. Oh. What's that little shed? I didn't think to check that. Turned over chairs and shit. Can I? No, I can't run. Zoom with shift. Shift and control both zoom. Zoom. So there's gotta be a back door. There's always a back door. Whoa, that was right in my face. Whoa, can I crawl through? Whoa, breaking and entering.
Prowling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
I can imagine. Why did you do that, though? This reminds me of like the crafting tables in The Last of Us. I don't know, I keep referencing The Last of Us.
The power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home. But instead of a family, there were just memories of one. Like how after Lewis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly. Or how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
I know that feel. Ooh. I want to go here first. Viking's belly. Nice.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
I have no idea what engine this is. I haven't thought to check, but I mean, if you want to be a deer, you could do that.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home. Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Like the Joker.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank. Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit.
Ah!
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house. A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
I thought it was a bong for like half a second. Oh, one of these things.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Huh.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up. Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
So that's the one. Interesting.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets.
Oh, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Oh, she ruined the book.
Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead. I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage. Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting. I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here, before my mom sealed the doors.
Answer what question? About what engine it is? Because, no, I don't know. Oh, there's something here. I like the blinking, it reminds me of, like, Resident Evil.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Oh shit, I'm playing, sorry, okay. Well, Molly will be our the main character's younger sister. You haven't missed much. Basically, I came on a boat, I walked up to this giant house, and I stepped inside, and then that's basically when you joined.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Oh no. I'm off the Halloween candy. Are they gonna put it on like the fucking Jimmy Kimmel show and be like, was it him? I can't remember.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Yeah, okay. She ate. Calm down, Sam.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
I kept eating and eating.
She. Alright.
I ate a lot of things that night. Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her.
To eat her. I mean,
And
what?
suddenly, I was a cat.
That's some drugs you ate, kid. Give
I
me a
tried to be
bird.
quiet, but the bird was really scared.
The next mirror's edge confirmed.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Oh, what the crap would I jump from here? This is turning into a very interesting sequence. I'm assuming I'm still supposed to be cheesing it. Maybe I should climb all the way up. Nah, I don't think I can get further. The name of, yeah, Faith. Well, you already answered that like way before. But yeah, that's the name. Ooh. Oh, I can go walk along here. Oh shit.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Oh, I see.
Rabbits.
Got him.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Something bigger than a rabbit?
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Whoa! The next Jaws movie. Ow! Oh god. Can I control that jump? What is this? Alright, gotta catch up with the street. Don't ask me, man. I'm stuck against the tree. Wait, this is working. Okay. Whatever I did there worked, so that's cool.
I rolled off the cliff
Goodbye,
and
car.
into the ocean. Now,
Holy
I
shit.
was hungrier than ever.
I don't know what this is, but I'm
fat,
loving it.
juicy seals.
Yeah, fat. Fucking thick, bruh.
I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, it did. And now we can follow its blood trail. I mean, video games don't make it fun. Fucking eat her, though.
And I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
What?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere. I was big, and I moved real quiet.
I'm coming for you.
wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
Kill you!
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it. I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Oh shit. Out of the toilet, huh? And into the house.
I got closer and closer.
Will I eat myself?
All my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Yeah, so my little sister was fucking nuts.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
That was incredible, though. That was like a soaring dream. I don't even know.
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
I see. It's like that monster was maybe just that thing. I don't know. Maybe. Or maybe she was crazy. You never know.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly. I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room. We got along, and it was a good place to hide from my mom. When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
I can open the notebook every time I pause, if you want. So here we can see Molly now. Ja. Nej men alltså, det norska flagget. Hallå? Sven då. Yeah, alright. So it seems there's some
One
some
summer, they
Norwegian-
evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Wait, it has a... Oh, it does have a Sam in it. Huh, you're right. Damn.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time. Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
I don't know where it's made, or I don't actually know anything about it. I just
Edie
jumped
knit me a
in.
new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
I want to look at the. Yeah, that's interesting.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him. Her room was like a museum.
Odin.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Five years of Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their. Yeah. Sure, read that. So that's the only picture?
Odin Finch
okay.
buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Ingeborg. I like it.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
I don't think it takes place in Norway. I think it takes place in America, but it's about Norwegians that moved to America and settled there. So they're Norwegian descent. Like the earliest people in the family were Norwegian, you know. That's what I think, at least.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Shit.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
Oh, that's not how you go out of it. How do you do this? Go back, I guess? Yeah, okay. There we go.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
That beard. I want to make sure I've gotten everything in this room before I move on.
Even in her 90s, sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother. The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
I like how I actually, can do that. I move my mouse to do all this stuff. If you got a bathroom like this...
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down. knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him. I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, and maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing. After the
Holy
funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
The sound design is so amazing in this game. I love it. Alright, so this is close now.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
Guess I gotta go. Oh, wait, no. There's something there. Right? Nah, that's just. Yeah. There. Oh, that's kind of nice with the butterfly. Is that a jack-o'-lantern? Yeah.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Oh, you can. Let me give it a shot. I haven't tried to, now I feel bad. Like I'm missing out on something. Do I just, like... Cause, you mean these, or... Nah, I don't know. Oh, no, I'll carry on. That's fine. Oh, on the other side.
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it. Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left. Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Well, don't they?
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
I just want to go and peep inside of this room too, because I didn't do that. Just to hear what she says.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Wow. Alright, let's get back under here. And into the jack-o'-lantern.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards. Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging
2 hours,
residents to...
20 minutes-ish.
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
Okay.
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Oh, this is so cool. The Halloween music. Oh god, I love this.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Come on, Pumpkinhead, I'm gonna beat you to death. Michael Myers, where you at, Michael?
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Nice. Oh, is he in the fridge?
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb,
Oh, yeah.
have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Okay, I love this. Okay, it's music. Need to gather up the crew, you know. That's some Freddy Krueger shit going on here, huh? Where are you?
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Uh-oh.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And he was. He couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Oh God. Oh, here. Okay.
That night, she played her part beautifully. She thought about abandoning Walter, but just couldn't do it.
Hey, so where? I don't even know. I guess I'll go around here. Okay, so this is
Ali's
one.
door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges grow. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
Come down and beat your ass. Fucking roadhog. Actually, yeah, I stole that joke. So, good job. I guess it's
The hookman had vanished. She
Another
listened for
vanish.
his breathing, but all she heard was...
Oh no, not the ding dong. Hey, if you're the hook man, I'm gonna beat your ass with this crutch that I stole from my boyfriend. It's probably the boyfriend.
She heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was
Fucking Nosferatu, Wolfman.
and with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Oh, you're quite the joker.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Alright. Holy crap, how old is that? Gross. I suppose I should leave.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
There's a lot of things your mom did not want you to do. There we go. I love how you can still hear it in the background. Whoa. What's this?
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
So this is where Swen hung out, I suppose.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages.
Where's the fridge?
I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that. I remember asking Mom once about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything.
Alright, let's turn this thing around.
Even a monster on the
Pretty
other side of the
funky music,
door
yeah.
starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Almost.
And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
So,
It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting.
but wait.
I have to leave while I still can.
Well, let's go then. So many books in this whole house. It's incredible. Oh, this looks really beautiful too.
I know it's out there somewhere.
I'm just gushing over this game.
Whatever killed Barbara and Molly. And Calvin. Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it.
Then let's go
I'm
meet
going
him.
to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Huh.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
It's so beautiful, this game.
But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't
Yeah.
want to make the same mistakes she made.
The aftermath of what happened. It's crazy.
Trying to bury something that's still alive.
Here we go.
Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Holy shit. Huh. I don't have any words for that. It speaks for itself so beautifully. Let's carry on.
I don't know if I should even be writing this.
So there was no train.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
Can I go any further out to the water? I'm assuming not. Let's go up here.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Just look at that. Oh, I wonder what that is. But I can't go there now, can I? I'll find out in time, I'm sure. Where am I heading now? I guess over here. Nah, I'm heading around here then, okay. Ooh, look at that.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
That's a good question. I don't have a valid answer.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault. Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Here we go.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Where to now? I wonder about that place. Can I look down there? I don't think I could. It didn't seem like it could move a whole lot. But, nah, she doesn't move. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's walk back.
Edie's side was always easier for me to understand.
I like these because they tell you basically when you go in the right direction.
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better. She lost 2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
So beautiful, everything about this.
There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Whoa. So maybe 2, huh? I see. Ladder here.
I never met Grandpa Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common.
Propane. Just think about King of the Hill.
They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something. Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Love the stash. Oh shit.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? Please just take the damn picture.
Hey, language.
I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
That's the spirit. Okay, got it.
You can barely see
I'm
your
gonna
eyes.
take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
Ooh.
Aw. You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
is so cool. I keep looking away from the chat, and then whenever I look back, there's like 10 messages. Okay, let's see. Is this what I'm supposed to be taking a picture of? I'm not really sure. There's something going on here that I just haven't seen.
Definitely should
Oh,
not
there
have
we
drunk all that coffee.
Hey!
That's a keeper. Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Last time I was with my brother Calvin. Man, that was a great trip.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. But if you want to survive, you'll need... Great shot, Don! I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay?
This is confusing.
Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
Oh, I got it.
I'm coming to take the picture.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
I totally forgot I had an energy
Of
drink
all
I
these
forgot to drink.
stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
I don't know. I don't know who would make their kids shoot. That's very strange. What's in here?
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot.
It looks nice. Shut him. Ah, here we go.
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it.
bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, we don't need a stepmom, were the words that
I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to
Come here.
But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
Just, what, 4 more to go or something? Ooh, can I climb up here?
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay.
Oh. Oh, I see. That's kind of cool. Now I have to climb back up though, but I see. Let's speedrun it. Nah, okay, she's gonna climb just as slow. Yeah, any moment now we're gonna see that, most likely. It's not far away now, the end.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. almost normal. But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings. Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
So cute.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared. Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors. Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
I know, right? The music is absolutely stunning, and I love the graphics too and everything. So amazing.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
Let's go into his room.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
I saw what looks like a Super Nintendo controller. It's kind of like Super Nintendo and PlayStation controllers like put together, and it's got this here.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
Oh. Oh, multitasking.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
Bats.
And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head, but he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery.
I have a feeling.
I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Dogo, let's go on an adventure, dog.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
Come on, drum man, let's go.
Then he made musicians.
Oh, you're the sax man. Oh, let's go. Oh, yes, of course. Play me that epic tune of yours. Oh, dancers, follow me. You're my entertainers.
And songs for them to play.
Yes. Oh, all the songs. Open the windows
He
and
talked
everything.
about starting a band.
Oh, yes.
And he was always
follow
humming
me.
something.
Oh, together
Every day
we'll
his
grow
imagination
strong.
grew stronger.
Yes, we'll grow stronger.
He no
Yes.
longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished.
Let's go up here. Yeah, playing that music. Oh, is that Yetis on drums? Is that Yetis on drums?
He held an election for mayor.
Oh, I'll become here.
And he won.
Yes! Mario flag!
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering.
Yes, I need to move on to greater things.
It became a game for him.
I like how he's like symbolically taking over the screen.
He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on.
Oh, I'm the conqueror now. Come on.
New Lewis.
Yes, everything must be named Lewis something. That's how it works.
St. Louis.
Ooh, St. Louis. This,
He
I go
started
there.
drifting away from our reality.
Yes. Oh, that looks like a kind of Russian. Let us go here. Hello.
Minneapolis.
Yes, I go there.
Until
when I
one
need
day
vodka.
he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Oh.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
I can't hear you.
In Lewisburg, he heard rumors of a
For handsome queen.
handsome queen.
Oh.
The queen was on her own quest for
Sinister serpents.
sinister serpents.
Whoa.
He followed the sound of her
Harp.
silver harp.
Yes.
I think that's the point.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
I can't see the cutter anymore. Oh god. I mean, yes,
he knew the
let us
world was
move
all
on.
in his imagination.
There's a lot of fish. I mean, there's no fish here. Get them off my screen. Oh.
But he was so proud of having created it.
Yes.
In his own
Queen,
eyes, he'd become
not
something
wrong.
greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace.
Yes.
My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Hello, gods. What? Oh.
He began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
Lewis, you must come
He
home.
began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Lewis, buddy, old pal. There's nothing there.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions.
We are back to my kingdom. Through the conveyor belt we go. Ooh, yes. Hello there, how are you doing, sir?
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him.
Of course. Oh, everyone's so cheerful and happy to see me, and I mean something. Oh, that's a very big... Molly? Whoa. Well, that's a good day to you all.
holding his crown.
Oh, my queen, my dear queen. Don't worry, I'm coming.
There was only one thing left to do.
To be crowned king. Hello, queen. I'm here to... Oh, God, no. Oh, no. I mean, you know...
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
That was incredible. Holy fuck. Wow.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
That was so amazing. Oh. This is turning into one of my favorite games right here now. I'm not even kidding. I can't even speak properly. I just... Ooh. Wow. That's so fucking depressing, too. I think it's time to leave this place. And move upstairs. Let's climb higher.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
Here we go.
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Let's hear it then.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance, or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
It's here.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
No.
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
Edie, your story.
The next morning, the band came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot.
I need to see the house.
We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, But I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Holy fuck. I'm not crying. I'm not crying at all. Oh my god. Oh, wow. The end of everything is a nice name for an achievement. I mean, what can I even say about this? That was just so amazing, you know? One of the best experiences, just in general, that I've had with like games or movies. That was so breathtaking. Ah. Yeah, it seemed that way, that she died during the time when she was giving birth, which is quite tragic. But it fits in with this theme of dying at your happiest moment, you know. I just want to appreciate everything about this. Holy shit. I have no words for that. That was just absolutely amazing. I love it. You know, just all the stories and everything, just starting with the... I had no idea what this was about getting into it. So, when I was taking into the cat's perspective, and then the owl and the shark, it was just crazy, you know? I didn't know what was going on. But then, it just kept going, and it was just so... I don't know, I mean, it had such great sound design, and everything was just, yeah, I don't even know what I could say. It was just done so well. It has such a heart. Molly, now I gotta try to think back. Molly was, oh yeah, what happened? I'm forgetting too. I'm just, whoa. The end.